Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be focusing on our legs, mainly inner and outer thighs. So we're just going to get straight into it today. So make sure you're one side of your mat. I'm on my left hand side. Feet hip distance apart, take it down into a squat for me. Press those arms back, take it into a side lunge. So I'm taking it down to my right hand side and then straight back up. So squat, press, take it down into that side and lift. So we're just starting to fire up those legs, get those heart rates nice and lifted, and use that exhale as you stand up. With those arms, you may notice I'm just pressing my arms back, just because it starts to target those triceps, and we can do a little bit more with our body in this short little video. So working into our side lunge, take it back, squeeze, lift, and then drive nice. So again, I want those heart rates nice and lifted. You're going to be feeling this in both legs. You're going to be feeling it in your right glute or the leg that's bending, and you're going to be feeling that inner thigh stretching or that leg that's extending nice and long. Keep those shoulders away from your ears, chest stays proud, firing up those legs, getting that heart rate nice and lifted. Let's go 4. Breathe, take it down into that lunge. We've got 3. Squeeze those glutes at the top. 2 more. On 1, send it down into your lunge, little pulses. So with your pulses, get nice and low, squeeze those glutes. Dig the heel of your bent knee, so mine's my right foot, into the floor. Get a little bit more glute activation. Let's go 5, 4, 3, 2, stay low on 1. I want you to lift the heel off that bent knee, slowly lower. So we lift and lower. I know this is gonna be a little bit shaky, but stay with me. Stay nice and low into that lunge. Lift and lower here for 5. Breathe 4. We go 3, nearly there. 2. On 1, lower that heel. You're going to tap the floor, come back to that lunge. Tap the floor into your lunge. Keep that spine straight. So you're going to need to send your butt back a little bit further, reaching those arms down. If you can't tap the floor, just go to tap the floor, come back to that lunge. So you can just tap and then reach. You don't need to come all the way down. The further you go down towards the floor, the harder this is going to become. So pick your range, but we're here for 5. And 4, squeeze 3, nice work guys, 2, and last 1, come all the way up, just heel toe your feet in. From here, you're gonna come down into a kneeling position, just be mindful of your bodies. The leg that was bent, so mine was my right leg, is the leg I want you to extend long, so that is nice and long. And bring that hand onto the mat. From here, just square off your hip bones, relax through your shoulders. Inhale in, then exhale, squeeze into both glutes. As you lift that leg off the floor, slowly lower down. So we exhale, press up, inhale, lower. So a couple of things with this, guys. Keep that elbow that is on the hand of the arm that's on the floor. Keep it nice and soft. Shoulders stay down and back, and you want to keep both hip bones nice and stable. Really firing up this leg now. So mine's my right leg, lifting up and lowering down. Keep your pelvis being pushed forward, try not to sink your hips backwards. So we really want to squeeze as we lift up. And we're here for 8, 7, you're nearly there for 6. Really feeling this right leg now, 5 more. We go 4, breathe 3, 2, hold up on 1, tiny little pulses for 5, and 4, 3, 2, and last one, lower that leg down. From here, you're gonna come all the way down onto this left-hand side. You can lie down for a bit. So coming all the way down onto your left-hand side. Legs are nice and long. The same leg that we've been working since the start of the class is going to be our focus again. Relax your shoulders, take an inhale and exhale, lift that leg up. Come halfway down, lift all the way up and lower down. So you lift all the way up, come halfway down, all the way up and lower. So guys, with this move, keep your rib cage closed. Focus on squeezing into the side of this right leg. I know it will already be quite sore because of those side lunges, so I need you to really concentrate on squeezing into the glute and try and keep everything nice and stable apart from this right leg lifting and lowering. So we're not swinging into our waist or into our back, so we're trying to keep everything nice and controlled as we do this. Chest stays proud, lift up and lower. Beautiful work, guys. Let's go for 5 and 4. Stay with me. I know this may start to feel a bit shaky. 3 more, find length. So really think about that top leg sort of being pushing away from you. 2 more. On 1, I want you to hold up, you pulse up and up, squeeze, pulse, and pulse. You've got this. Keep that rib cage closed. You're pulsing 5, pulse 4, 3, 2, hold up on 1. Turn your toes to the ceiling, turn your toes to the floor. Ceiling, floor. So corkscrew that leg, ceiling, floor, working into your internal, external rotation. Try and keep that leg a little bit higher for me. This is where it starts to get shaky, but you can do this. We're rotating for 5, 4, 3, 2, and last 1. Bring that leg all the way in and just bring it in front of you. So it should feel like a nice big stretch into that right thigh. You're obviously still lying down, so just rest your shoulders. That left leg is now nice and long, pointing out in line with your body. Point your toes on that bottom leg. Relaxing through your shoulders again, so just a quick shoulder roll, open up through the chest. Take an inhale and then exhale, let's lift that bottom leg off the floor. Same thing, you're gonna come halfway down. Lift all the way up, lower down. So we lift up, halfway down, lift up, and then lower. So the same movement we did with our top leg, where you come halfway down, you lift up, and we lower down. With this move, you may feel like your hip bone has rolled in. It's totally fine with this movement. I am allowing you to roll your hip bone in with this inner thigh lift. Keep those toes pointed so you're really finding length through the body, and you're just keeping those shoulders nice and relaxed. So try not to hunch up too much. Squeezing into those inner thighs. Let's go 5 more. Breathe, 4. Beautiful work, guys. 3 more. Try and lift that leg a little higher if you can for 2. On 1, you hold it up, you pulse and pulse and pulse. Tiny little pulses here for 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it up on 1. When you're ready, corkscrew. So you point those toes up to the ceiling, to the floor, ceiling, floor, ceiling, floor. Oh, my inner thigh is really shaking. Try and get that leg a little higher if you can. We're rotating 5, 4, 3, 2, and last 1. Bring that leg all the way down. I don't know if you saw my leg violently shaking just then. Roll onto your backs. Just bring the soles of your feet together. Drop those knees out. Just press down. Find a nice deep stretch here. Just relax into that stretch before we take it over to the other side. Inhale in. Exhale, relax. Let's do one more breath of this. Inhale in. And then exhale, relax. From here, I want you to roll yourself up, but we're just gonna take it straight over to the right-hand side. We're gonna go up to the lunges at the end. So, don't know if that's worse or better, but you're gonna start lying down for me. Left leg is now on top, or if you did your left leg before, make sure your right leg is now on top. Hip bones are nice and stacked. Take an inhale in, exhale. Let's lift that top leg off. Come halfway down, lift up, and then lower down. So we take it all the way up. We come halfway, lift up, and then lower. It's the same thing we did on the other side, keeping that hip bone nice and stable, finding length through that whole leg. So we're trying not to sort of crumple our waist in. You still want to be mindful of your spine and finding that length, just because you really want to make sure our core is nice and active and we're really firing up that left thigh. So, or right thigh, if you're doing your right thigh now. So pointing those toes, really starting to activate the outside of that leg. You may start to feel some inner thigh working because we did inner thigh on the other side, because obviously we've now switched sides. Beautiful work. Try and keep that leg a little bit higher if you can. So really starting to target the outer part of that leg. Beautiful work, everyone. Let's go 5 more. Nice and stable with control for 4. We breathe 3 more. Nice, everyone. Keep that length for 2. On your last one, hold up. You pulse 8, 7, 6. Try and lift it a little higher for 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it up on 1. Turn your toes to the ceiling, to the floor. Ceiling, floor. So find your internal, external rotation. This is where we start to feel that slight little burn coming into the quad, into the inner thigh, maybe the outer thigh. Let's go 5 and 4. 3, 2, and last 1. Bringing that leg all the way out in front of you. Oh, nice big stretch into that left-hand side. Pointing your toes on that right foot. Take an inhale in, and when you're ready, let's lift it all the way off the floor. Come halfway down, lift up, and then lower down. So again, just working into that inner thigh on that right-hand side now. You can still be relaxed onto your mat. I should have said on the other side, if you do feel like your hips are quite bony, you can roll your mat over or just place a cushion underneath your hip, just to offer yourself a little bit of support if that is going to feel nicer on your body. But I want you to really think about squeezing into the inner thigh as you lift that leg off the floor and then slowly lower down. So again, we're finding length through that leg. Imagine that leg is being pulled away from you. So constantly finding that leg length or leg. Keep those shoulders down and back as you do this. Squeezing here. We've got 4 more. Every time you inhale, think of that core lifting. 3 more. Remember to breathe for 2. On your last one, you hold it up. We've got those pulses for 8, 7, 6. Breathe 5, 4, 3, 2. On 1, those corkscrews. So rotate. So internally rotate. Point your toes to the ceiling, to the floor. Ceiling, floor. So it's a really small movement. You're getting really into that inner thigh muscle now. Try and lift that leg up a little higher if you can. This is where we see shaky legs. We've got 8, 7, 6 more. Give me 5. Find length. 4. Breathe. 3, 2. And last one here. Lower that leg all the way down. Roll onto your backs. Just bring the soles of your feet together. Drop those knees out to the side, pressing down onto those thighs for me. Hold here for 4. 3, 2, and last one. When you are ready, you are going to roll yourself into that kneeling position. Extend that left leg long. So the leg you just worked when we're lifting and lowering, I want you to extend it long. Bring that right hand onto the mat. Squeeze, push that pelvis forward. Inhale in. Exhale, let's lift that left leg off the floor and then slowly lower down. So squeeze, lift, and then slowly lower. So again, with this move, find length through that leg, pressing that pelvis forward. So we're not sinking it back, you're pressing it forward, you're squeezing as you snap that leg up, slowly lower with control. Shoulders stay down and back. Soft through the elbow. So we've done a lot of legs now, so I'm hoping by now you're already feeling this left side firing up. So we lift and then lower. You've got this, guys, looking good. Let's go for another 8. And 7, try to lift up a little higher. 6 more. Keep that core on for 5. Think about those obliques helping you for 4. Breathe 3, 2, hold it up on 1. We pulse 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Lower that leg all the way down on 1. From here, you're going to tuck your toes under and come all the way up. Just give your legs a shake. Come to the right-hand side of your mat. When you're ready, find that squat for me. Press those arms back, take it into your side lunge, and then take it back. So we sink it down into our squat, press back, side lunge, and up. So really firing up those inner thighs again, those glutes. You may be feeling the right inner thigh firing up as you do this, but it's looking good. Get that weight into your heels every time you take it down, either into your lunge or into your squats. You should be able to wiggle your toes the whole time throughout this exercise. So sink it down and press over to the side and lift. Beautiful work. So heart rate's getting nice and high now. We've got 4. Use those triceps as well to press back. 3, squeeze. Let's go for another 2. On your last one, I want you to hold it down in that lunge. Hold it down, little pulses, get nice and low. Sink those hips further back behind you for 4, 3, 2, stay low. Lift that heel off the floor and lower. So we lift and lower. Shake your legs, lift and lower. Try and get nice and low. We've got 5. Breathe. 4, 3, 2, stay low on 1. You're going to tap the floor, come back to that lunge. So you tap and lunge. If this is too much, remember you're just reaching towards the floor and to your lunge. But the main thing is to keep that spine nice and straight. Send that butt back. Find that lunge. Let's go 8. Breathe. 7, nearly there. 6 more. Send that butt back for 5. We've got 4, nearly there. 3, 2, and last 1. Come all the way up. Just heel toe your feet in for me, guys. So they're just slightly further than hip distance apart. You're gonna take it down into your squat for me, but just bring your elbows to the inside of your thighs and press your elbows into your knees. Get a nice big inner thigh stretch. If it feels more comfortable, you can bring your hands onto the mat, but just really focus on pressing your knees apart and hold this for 4, 3, 2, drop your hands to the floor, send your hips to the ceiling, let your head hang down. Heel toe your feet into the hip distance apart. And then we're gonna roll ourselves up on the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Give me a shoulder roll. Ooh, jelly legs. Take both hands to the ceiling, palms together. Hunch your shoulders, relax your shoulders, relax your arms. Guys, we are done for our leg work. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye, everyone.